March 12th, 2026 meeting of the Saraville Economic and Redevelopment Agency. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and we can begin with a salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jamie, has the meeting been announced to the public?
Yes, Chairman, it has.
May I have a roll call of commissioners, please?
Commissioner Davis. DeWise. Fisher. Grillo.
Here.
Parikh. Rios.
Here.
Roberts.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Chairman Zabrowski. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Jamie. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from the February 12th, 2026 meeting? Are there any questions, comments, or edits? If not, I would like to have someone offer a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
May I have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Davis. DeWise. Fisher. Parikh.
Yes.
Rios.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Chairman Grillo.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to business. Mr. Baker, would you please provide us with an attorney's report?
Certainly. Well, I'd like to. Item D, 11D on the agenda, Chairman. Thank you. Part of the process where the agency makes sure that everything is done with the redevelopment project is there's a requirement for the issuance of a certificate of completion when a project is done. It's similar but a little different than the certificate of occupancy, which is what the town issues when a project is done. So the town looks at, is the building done according to plans? The fire safety, is everything done, or is it done according to all the requirements? And the town issues a certificate of occupancy. For the agency, at the end of a project, we issue a certificate of completion. That means not only have they done everything that they needed to from the building standpoint, but they've done everything they need to comply with the requirements of the redevelopment agreement. So what we do is we send around an email and check with engineering, check with finance, check with legal to make sure that the redevelopers completed everything in the redevelopment agreement and that the project is done. When we do that, the agency then has to vote on a certificate of completion. And then that gets issued, and then the conditions that led to the redevelopment are done, and we refund at the end whatever escrow is left over. And when we get to that resolution, I'll be happy to answer any questions the commissioners have about what's been paid, what's been done, and that sort of thing.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
That's it, Chairman.
Thank you. Our engineer's report, Mr. Cornell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Another busy month at Riverton. This month, they tested the sanitary mains and water main from the pump station, all with positive results. Work continues on the interior of the Bass Pro Shop. They're actually working on the fish tank this month. And then, as everyone can see, the quick check is moving along very quickly. That's all I have. Thank you.
That was a bad pun. I know you caught yourself halfway. Okay. Vina's not here for the planner's report, so we'll just move to the executive director's report. Himanshu, is that going to be you or Zach?
My able assistant will take care of it.
Very good. Zach, the floor is yours.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, there's a resolution authorizing the issuance of the first round of redevelopment area bonds for Riverton. The Sera administration has had, multiple meetings with SSA and bond counsel that represents the agency. They feel that the proposed terms are acceptable. If you have any questions or want any more information before the vote tonight, our bond counsel is here to answer any of them. Riverton, great progress there, as Justin has said. Interior work is continuing on the Bass Pro Shop, keeping the project on schedule for a summer 2026 opening. And work is continuing on the Gateway Services area with Quick Check making significant progress. The Main Street revitalization. So Sera is coordinating with the Department of Public Works to select the appropriate trash and recycling receptacles for the Main Street area. Public Works has identified 6 areas for the receptacles to be placed in the downtown area, 3 on either side of the road between Washington and MacArthur Avenue. We have some examples of the possible receptacles that are available for us to purchase using grant funding that the borough has been awarded, so it'd be no cost to the agency. I did provide a kind of a list of examples that Elise, our recycling coordinator, provided to me. The first one is not one that we would purchase, but is one that she's seen examples of in other towns that it features a planter on top of it. I know we were talking about doing planters or some sort of beautification in the Main Street area. So that was one example. And there's many others. All of them should be able to incorporate the logo that Kevin had designed for us into the design. So there's no rush to make a decision right now. And once the weather breaks, we'll be able to get them ordered and installed pretty quickly. And then the Riverfront Bar and Restaurant RFP. The Riverfront Bar and RFP was distributed to 66 targeted hospitality operators, restaurant groups, commercial real estate firms, developers, marina industry organizations, and economic development groups to maximize industry awareness and encourage competitive proposals. Recipients included major industry associations, waterfront restaurant operators, regional hospitality groups, commercial real estate brokerages, redevelopment developers, and economic development organizations. We did have a meeting with one interested party. He seemed interested. He was checking out the site, and I believe we're still waiting to hear back from him. So hopefully there should be quite a bit of interest on the site. Jupiter Power is in the process of developing their plans for the old JCP&L site to put it in a battery storage facility. They have already been in contact with our emergency services to give insight into the project and have plans to host a public information session at the Senior Center on March 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. If anybody has any questions, you're encouraged to attend or reach out to us, and we'll be happy to find an answer for you. And then number 6 is kind of exciting. Business View, the Best of New Jersey feature. So Sera administration recently met with Business View. It's a national publication that highlights communities across the country by showcasing the unique assets that define them and the redevelopment initiatives driving their growth and revitalization. We're pleased to share that Saraville has been selected as the lead feature in their ongoing series on development and economic growth in New Jersey for their June 2026 issue. This feature will spotlight the borough's ongoing redevelopment efforts, strategic vision, and the many opportunities that continue to position Saraville as a community on the rise.
Let me just add to that. They reached out to us and when a first call came in, we were like concerned saying, is there something going? But it's really, it reminded me that I was involved, part of Old Bridge, on the same magazine. Old Bridge was featured at one time. So this is very positive for Saraville. And we have more meetings held. They asked to see if we can do it in June. And if not in July, a magazine will be presented, that Saraville will be on it. We're going to be providing them pictures of our projects and other information as they request us. So we'll keep you posted.
Terrific. And congratulations and well done to the team on 66 targeted operators for the RFP for the restaurant. It's great. And it's been highly visible. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's seen it all over social media and digital media. So well done, especially considering this is our first time dipping our toe in the water for this. So exceptionally well done.
What I just want to add to that in reviewing all the social media, particularly all the different town social media pages, it seems like overall there's positive feedback from community. They're very much in favor of having this, restaurant open there.
Do any other commissioners have any questions or comments about the reports we just heard?
I do have,
Go first.
I have a question on 11B. Should I wait until
Yes.
we discuss that?
Mhm.
Okay, then I'll wait.
For the garbage cans, you said you'd put Sera logos on them, or would it be Cereville logos?
It was the Sayreville logo that Kevin designed when we did the kind of wayfinding plan when we were designating the area, not designating the area, but
Okay.
looking into revitalizing the area. Yeah, I should have provided an example of it. I can provide that too.
This is actually a borough's, initiative projects, but chairman had requested the Sera takes lead, and so we got involved with that. I think vice chairman, also Mr. Grillo was very much interested. Remember, we had that presentation study done. Based on that, we're focusing on different aspect of it.
Any other questions or comments? All right, then we'll move on to, we have to accept the reports.
Yeah,
Okay. Do a vote or?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No, we have.
We've never done that
No,
before.
we don't.
No.
No.
We don't do that.
We don't do that?
No.
I thought we were accepting the report, no?
I mean, we try something new.
Okay. At one time we did, we took on a.
I don't feel so
I
bad.
know,
Okay.
I'm in a history now. Good. Move.
I don't get to do this a
I
lot,
apologize.
and I get once a year and you gotta mess with me? Come on, that's not nice.
I apologize.
Authorization of the payment of bills. The total amount is $49,130.03. The operating total is $40,161.53, and the escrow total is $8,968.50. Do we have any questions about the payment of bills? Otherwise, I will accept a motion to pass.
I'll make a motion to pay those bills.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Davis. DeWise. Fisher. Parikh.
Yes.
Rios.
Yes.
Roberts. Scott.
Yes.
Chairman Grillo.
Yes.
Bless you.
All right, move on to item 11. There's 3 resolutions. Would it be best if I read them into the record and then perhaps you could explain each one?
Or, I'm happy to, but we also have special counsel to deal with 11A.
Okay. Well, let me read them so we know what we're talking about and the folks at home know. So Resolution 2026.03.08, a resolution of Sera authorizing the issuance of redevelopment area bonds, waterfront infrastructure project, non-recourse, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $4 million. These are the RAB bonds referring to Riverton, which we had a discussion on last month. Bond counsel is here. Do you feel like you need to add anything? Just say hello.
Yes, hello.
Okay.
Again. This is 3 months in a row. So,
Yes.
We're gonna miss you guys next month. I mean, nothing else to add. Obviously, you've had copies of documents. There are a lot of them. It's the first time. Many times you will be seeing them. So certainly get used to them. But we're here for any additional questions you may have that we didn't answer. Ask, as a project. Here for it.
Terrific. Does any commissioners have any questions?
Yeah.
Can you explain what happens if the special assessment on parcel C aren't paid, or if the development doesn't move forward as expected?
Certainly. So one of maybe the most important thing in the title that the chairman mentioned just a minute ago is the paren non-recourse, right? That means that the bondholders cannot look to the general funds of the agency or to any funds of the borough for repayment of the bonds. The only payment that bondholders can look to for repayment of their debt service is the special assessment payment made by the developer, depending on the circumstance, on their particular properties. So if those property owners fail to pay their special assessment, the bondholder will look only to those property owners for that special assessment amount to recover. If the bondholders can never recover that special assessment amount because the property has no value, the property owner has no value, then the bondholders are simply out that money. They cannot come back to Sera or to the borough to get it.
Okay. And the resolution references like up to 200 million in potential future obligations, but the bond is for 4 million. So I'm wondering, are additional bonds planned later? And what the total infrastructure cost for the waterfront might be?
So, yes, additional bonds are planned for later. We went on behalf of the agency to the local finance board and received approval to issue up to $200 million worth of these non-recourse redevelopment area bonds secured solely by the special assessment. The plan from the beginning of this financing, going all the way back to when we did the redevelopment agreement during COVID, 2019 maybe, 2020, 2020. Plan going back to 2020 was that Sera would issue infrastructure bonds in tranches or in different series at different times as the site is built out. Right, there is in the redevelopment agreement that's over $300 million worth of infrastructure improvements that are identified. Obviously, for a site this large, those aren't all going to get built at once, right? It's going to take a decade or more to build out all of those infrastructure improvements. These bonds are intended to pay for as many of those infrastructure improvements as they can, but also pay for them as they are built. So this actual first bond, the reason it's so small, is the only thing this is paying for is to repay Middlesex County for a loan that Middlesex County made to the agency to acquire a portion of the property. Per the developer's schedule, we would expect that in 2 years, we would be back for the second phase of bonds, because at that point, they will be constructing meaningful infrastructure. And we may be before you with a second series of bonds in the neighborhood of $15 to $35 million as phase 2. And then 2 years later, they'll be back for another $20 to $35 million. On and on and on, basically until the site gets built out. It would take 8 years to take 50. So, but that has been the plan from day one, that this will get done here.
Mr. Chairman, that actually was decided long before you even showed up on the scene.
No doubt.
Okay, when we issued RFPs in the very initial years, okay, that was all talked about and we had public hearings on it. And we had things presented, and the first redeveloper that we had made it clear that this project could never happen without having RAB bonds. And so we educated the mayor and council and Sera at that point in time that that was the only way that you were going to be able to build this project.
True. And Matt and Mike, could last meeting, we had a presentation about the whole process and everything, and even before that, but there was one open issue during the negotiation that took place that, and we then subsequently hired expert attorney in a tax and foreclosure, tax impact, related impact, and clarify, your question was, what if it's not paid? But there was an open question, what if it's partially paid? And who is a priority? And to attract the bondholders, to get a good rate so we can do more development, the feelings of applicants was that it would be bondholder would be the priority in payment. We went back and forth, but it's now clarified. And so I'm going to have Mike, you want to take, or Matt, you want to take what our tax attorney explained and how you changed the language to cover it?
Sure. So, as the executive director mentioned, in the circumstance that developer or property owner, whatever they have a quarterly bill into their taxes, right? It's a pilot for a portion of it, it's land taxes, and it's special assessment. They write a check for 100% of it, everybody gets it. They write a check for 0 of it, nobody gets their money, and all of us have our respective liens on the property, right? The land tax is a lien on the property, the pilot is a lien on, and we're all now looking essentially at the value of the property to get ourselves repaid, not unlike any other taxable property. The sort of what we call the pinhole risk issue, the small risk issue was, well, what if somebody partially? Now, it's pretty rare that somebody says, oh, I'll pay $2,000 of my taxes. taxes and just leave 1,000 kind of hanging out there, right? And you're paying installment. As soon as you're short $1, you can, the municipality can ultimately foreclose on your property. So you don't see that. But what we did determine in that circumstance was if there is a partial payment, then at first application of those proceeds, bondholder would get paid, land taxes would get paid, the borough pilot would get paid. Then in recovery, if we recover all of the money, everybody is made whole, no problem. But if we only recover a portion of the money, then we share that program. So at the end of the day, all of us, whether it's the borough, whether it's other land taxing entities, or whether it's bondholder, we all end up in the same place. Either we've gotten paid in full, or we have proportionately not gotten paid because we were owed $10,000, we sold the property, and it's only worth $8,000. $2,000 share, right? So in that circumstance, everybody there gets the pro rata, including bond. So that was how that issue ultimately was solved. And again, I would suggest this might be more lawyers sort of creating a big issue out of something that is not likely. Because again, I think if you look at data, historically, people pay their taxes, but they don't. It's usually not. But we did want to address the in-between and that's memorialized.
We try to think about all angles and cover every angle possible so that agreement is clear and there's no ambiguity in the future that could create a litigations or something. So that was the intent. So we clarify that.
Thank you.
Mr. Baker, do you have anything to add before we go to a vote?
Not on that, Chairman. Thank you.
Any other questions from the commissioners? Thank you, Councilman Rios, for some good questions. I will now entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2026.03.08.
I make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Davis. DeWise. Fisher. Parikh.
Yes.
Rios.
Yes.
Roberts.
I would just like to say thank you for the review of what you said last month to us and the new information you provided. It was very thorough, and I was happy to introduce this. So thank you for all your assistance. I learned a lot. Yes.
Scott. And Chairman Grillo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next resolution. This is 11B in your packet. Resolution 2026.03.09, a resolution authorizing execution of certificate of completion for the Parlin Section 1 Urban Renewal LLC project, also known as Trammell Crow Project, in the Hercules redevelopment area. Mike, do you have anything else to elaborate other than
I
your?
don't think anything else to elaborate, but if there are any questions from the commissioners?
Do have a question. One of the things that they complied with is that all payments that were due under the pilot were paid. Do we know what that number is?
I do not know that.
Okay. Is there a way that that we could get a report on the pilot payments that are made each year? And we may want to, and we also may want to forward that to the council.
The request to the CFO.
Thank you. You don't need a vote on that. We just, okay, thank you. That was my biggest question. I'd just like to make sure, since we're saying we did receive the pilot payment, what was it? And just keep on top of those pilot payments.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes.
The things are much more organized at the moment in the municipal building. So there's regular communication between CFO, the BA, myself, Wayne, on payments. We probably talk once a month on what's due, when's it due.
Yes,
How are we calculating this? How are we calculating that?
and we've come light years from where we were. So that's wonderful. Thank you.
Do any other commissioners have any other questions? No? All right, then I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2026.03.09. Second. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Davis. DeWise. Fisher.
Yes.
Parikh.
Yes.
Rios.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Scott.
Yep.
And Chairman Grillo.
Yes.
Thank you.
On to 11C, this is Resolution 2026.03.10, a resolution of Sera approving riparian grant application for filing with the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, Bureau of Tidal Wetlands Management at Riverton. I don't know if this is Justin or Mike, but if someone would illuminate.
Justin or Anthony?
Justin or Anthony, tell us what is going on.
The redeveloper is in the process of cleaning various title issues. One of the title issues is the tidelands. So the state of New Jersey owns the tidelands, and they have a claim to it. So the redeveloper needs to file an updated tidelands map with the state in order to get that on record, and they need to make application to get a grant back to the developer for the land that was owned by the state. So the water that the tidelands changed. So the state owns all of the land underneath the tidelands, the water. The tidelands has receded, so you need to update the map, file application with the state to get title of that land to the developer. So that's the purpose of the application. Application is being filed by SSA, so they're going to be paying the application costs and the fees associated with this.
Is there any intent to develop that riparian land, or is that going to remain undeveloped
No,
in perpetuity?
I don't believe there's any plan to develop that land. It's just,
Let me just jump in. I mean, any place where there used to be a stream that was tidal,
Mhm.
okay, that, and one particular ditch was the North Ditch. It was the famous ditch Mike and I know because every time we had a meeting with National Lead, it was always talking about when is that going to be done. But any of those ditches have a title claim to them, and this eliminates them. Those ditches are, many of them are filled in
Filled in.
already.
Okay.
And there are many other areas on the property that are filled in, even by National Lead, but some map from the 1930s showed that it had water on it. So we have to clear them up.
And if it's a riparian land, the state has title. You can't have the state having title to a former stream that you've now covered and have a road on.
Exactly. Okay.
does anyone have any questions?
Thank you.
Yes. All right.
I had a
Yes.
quick question,
Councilman.
because it talks about the application for the waterfront property, what rights that grant would give and whether it would affect public access to the waterfront. And to confirm that the redeveloper is responsible for the cost rather than the borough.
I'll address the access issue and Anthony can address the cost. So it's a requirement of the county and of the redevelopment agreement that the public have access to the waterfront. In fact, where the walkway is going to be all along the waterfront is actually easement to the county, and that the developer is going to build the walkway on. And then Anthony can address costs.
And with regard to the cost, the developer already prepared an updated tidelands map that they're going to file with the DEP, Tidelands Bureau. So the map's been prepared at their cost. The purpose of the resolution is to authorize the agency to allow the developer to file the application with their updated map, and so that the developer can get claim to the lands that were once the water was tidelands flowing.
And at its core, this is just removing any potential jurisdictional issues.
Yeah, this is a standard
Yeah.
title issue. Whenever you have tidelands, state has claims. It's a standard cleanup item where you have to get the title to the land, underlying land, back to the current owner.
Sure.
Because right now, the state currently owns that land.
I'll digress for a second. My family's all from Atlantic City. My uncle owned the house near the bay, a few houses in, and when he retired and went to sell the house, we found that underneath his house, there was an old riparian grant, and it took me like 9 months to get rid of it so he could sell it.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions? All right, with that, I will ask for a motion to approve Resolution 2026.03.10.
Make that motion. I will make that motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Davis. Wise. Fisher. Parikh. Rios.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Scott. Chairman Grillo.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to commissioners' comments. Do any of the commissioners have anything they'd like to discuss this evening?
I do.
Yes. Ms. Roberts.
Not everyone was on Sera back in the time, but you might remember, we were talking about behind Weber Avenue. And it's a mixture of, all different pieces, Green Acres, Blue Acres, private property, Sera property. Is there any plan for the Sera property? And is that something that we could put some of it into open space?
So I can't tell you what the plan is or if it's going to be open space, but I do know that I had a meeting with Chairman Zabrowski. And we actually had intended to have a workshop session on that last meeting, but we needed to move that to have the RAB bond discussion. So I think at our next workshop, which I don't know when it is, maybe Jamie, you have that. Sometime, May. So I know that the plan then is to have a workshop to discuss that issue.
Okay,
And it would have been February, but it got pushed back.
okay, because I do recall when we were still in the other room, we were talking about how we might be able to be creative with that. So I'm looking forward to that workshop.
I know that is very much top of mind for the chairman. It was the number one thing that he wanted to discuss this year.
And that is the number one thing I've wanted to discuss for a number of years.
Okay.
So we're
well,
ready, we're in a position to do it. I'm excited.
Yes, he and I have had discussions on it. We were all planning to
Thank
go.
you.
Our
Thank you.
professionals had prepared documents and then Himanshu said we have to talk about RAB bonds.
And can we make sure kayaks are included? Sorry.
Got to bring that up at the meeting.
I will do so.
Any other comments?
I have a request, I think it is for Delima.
Yes.
Kevin, okay. I noticed that the Spotlight Sera, there's still no link on the borough's website. So it's still not easily accessible to the people. So is there someone you would talk to in the borough? Now, the redevelopment website, remember we discussed having a link with on the borough site to that still hasn't happened.
So if you recall, Sera was one of the page under the borough's website. Last year, we took efforts and created seranj.gov.
Right.
And all our links now are posted on seranj.gov. The borough website is supposed to have a link to our website. And that's how the communication gets, because we needed to have our own website update. And you can see it's very robust now. I don't know if you have visited recently.
I have, and
Yeah.
that's why I bring it up.
On a
because
Sera NJ, you have
The
some.
Sera NJ has a link to the borough, but not vice versa.
Okay. We will request the borough. Zach will take an action. He plays dual role, so let him take an action item to put the link on that. And sometimes project like the restaurant development project, we will request the borough to put on their website to direct link.
And I'd also like to compliment him doing an excellent job with that site, because, the Spotlight series gives out a lot of information. And if you're a layperson or a non-professional like I am, you just listen to the common people talk about the different phase 1, 2, and 3 on that Spotlight New Jersey helps. And it should be easier for people to have access to that site.
I can make a dedicated page to it on the website, the seranj.gov. And then also at the bottom of the page, we have links to our YouTube page, Facebook, Instagram.
Evan, you usually come up during public comment. Why don't you just do this now and, yeah.
Thank you.
There's throngs of people waiting to speak, but.
I know everyone's so excited to hear what I have to say too. As I was saying, so we met with the company at G the other day, and we were able to now put on the bottom, we're linked to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're trying to get connected with LinkedIn as well at the bottom of the page. I can also go ahead and create a web page for the SeraNJ.gov, specifically for the Sera Spotlight podcast. Saying all that is a tongue tie. Shall I continue with what else I have to say? Sure. So Sera continues to expand awareness of redevelopment initiatives through social media, outreach, direct engagement with development organizations, regional media coverage as well, and the development of the Spotlight podcast series. These efforts recently generated significant online engagement and regional attention, specifically targeting the waterfront and restaurant redevelopment project that's going on. For instance, social media, you've seen that I've been posting more frequently lately in regards to the waterfront bar and restaurant that's there. And the numbers that I almost had a heart attack yesterday when I went on and I looked at the stats to see that one of our posts had 36,000 views. The first post, the introduction post of the bar and restaurant for the RFP, that was viewed. We also have had 9,894 viewers and 5,100 engagements and 4,800 clicks as well. This gained 89 new followers to our Facebook page, which is a 59.3% growth from last month to now. So obviously these efforts are working and we'll continue to do that. Recent social media content last night, I created a post. It's imagine a waterfront restaurant on the Ryerson River in Sayreville. When I looked this morning, I think we were at 2,700 views, and that's within a day. The post highlighted potential features, including scenic views on the Ryerson River, indoor and outdoor dining, the bar lounge, the seasonal tiki bar. I'm sorry, seasonal bar. Outdoor seating, public waterfront viewing, and then in upcoming social media posts, I'll be doing 2 posts a week leading up until April 24th when the RFP is due. One of the ones I'll be doing is why Sayreville post, and this will be featured towards developers, why they should come to Sayreville, specifically that within 15 miles of us, 15 minutes of us, you have access to over almost 850,000 people. And 35 minutes away, you have New York City, which is 3.5 million people. We're a gateway to all these different communities around, and we have a lot of different roads that lead to Sayreville as well. We have also been in Tap Into at Ryerson Bay, My Central Jersey, AOL News, and the Daily Voice. I know I'm trying to speed this up a little bit too. And we've, as Zach had said, he stole my thunder, saying that we've reached out to 66 people, 66 different types of organizations and companies and businesses, letting them know that we have an RFP out. And I'm putting together a 1-page information fact sheet that I'll resend to those organizations as well. Podcast initiative. 2 more things left. I emailed all the commissioners asking for you guys to fill that out. Yeah, of course, whenever you get around to it. We're looking to hopefully film before the end of the month. So if you can get that to me, I'll begin generating scripts. I'll send you the scripts. And when you come into film, you'll be able to read it. It'll be on a teleprompter, so you don't have to memorize it. And then we're also working on an episode or a series about pilots with Mike and the chairman. So if anyone has any questions, please let me know.
The only thing I want to add that it was also on Home News Tribune, that article,
Okay, yeah, home.
except they said tiki bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manju, I saw a lot of tiki bar out there.
Yeah.
It was out there.
So besides
By
that,
us, other people.
Oh, just-
use that.
Just a couple questions. Do you have an estimate of, with the RFP, how much of it was paid media versus non-paid media?
how much we paid?
Yeah, like, not,
I
like what percentage? Like 10% of the
Nothing was
articles,
paid
or,
for.
oh, it was all free media? Okay, great. Our Instagram
yeah,
has 22 followers.
yeah. I'm trying to connect our Facebook to our Instagram.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Because the stuff I post through Thrillshare, which is the web development app, which is how we do everything for the back end of the website. So I post through there and it gets put out onto Facebook or the notifications. So I'm in the process of working with Aptigee, the company, to link our Instagram to that, so our posts can go from there to Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, I know from the bid that I run, it's a
Yeah.
similar issue, right? We have to duplicate. it's easier to go from Instagram to Facebook
It is,
than Facebook to
but then
Instagram.
it doesn't get posted to the website. That's what the problem is.
Ah, yes.
So
tricky.
in order for us to have at the bottom of our news feed for Facebook or for our website, I have to post through Thrillshare. So that's where there's a little disconnection, which is why you see Facebook is,
I feel your pain.
it's a pain and I'm working on it. So-
I would also suggest, just to boost our following, we should follow all of the bids in New Jersey, county government, local governments, also any of the groups that we sent the RFP to.
Yeah, reach out.
We
Okay,
should
sure.
follow them on Instagram and Facebook.
I do follow most of the county and all the other Sayreville types of
Yeah.
borough-related departments, I'll say.
One request I have for all the commissioners, all the professionals, when you see that post, instead of just saying like, share.
Yes.
The share then gets to the lot more people and access. So I keep asking, saying, please share. And you can also post link to other groups, wherever you belong to, you can post there and will automatically spread. That's how, spreading works better. Just by liking, it just says, you like, but if you share, then your page will share and somebody else will share.
Keep sharing.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Great job on the
Thanks.
RFP, truly.
Appreciate it.
It's awesome. Any other comments or questions for Kevin? Already sat down. But
Just wanted to add a
I should have
comment.
asked before I let you go. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're good. Let's go ahead, Councilman.
Just, this is for the restaurant bar idea, and I agree with, I went over the minutes, and I agree with not calling it a tiki bar. I think restaurant bar sounds more proper. But this is just a suggestion, and I can't imagine that I'm the first one to think about this. But it may be worth exploring getting in touch with John Bon Jovi management team. He has a restaurant,
I didn't hear it.
Bon Jovi management agency. He has a restaurant in Nashville, like a celebrity bar. He has other the banks, food banks and stuff like that. But obviously, this is not a food bank. He has roots in town. He's visited the town recently. So maybe another, maybe he'll bite,
Sure. See, yeah.
And I think that would be really cool. Good job, everybody.
Thanks.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, then we will move to public comment. Jamie, would you please read the statement?
To help keep this meeting as organized as possible, we ask members of the public to approach, state your name, and strive to limit your comments to 5 minutes. All comments this evening should refer to the redevelopment and agenda items per NJSA 10-4-12A and the Sayreville Economic and Redevelopment Agency's rules. In the event a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made during regular business hours with the agency's office. Thank you.
Okay, with that, is there anyone in the public? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. I will take a motion to close public.
Make a motion to close the public portion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Very good. That's all the business that we have. We don't have any resolution for executive session tonight.
No executive session, Chairman.
All right, is there anything else that anybody wants to discuss? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
Roll
All in
call
favor?
vote, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.